Welcome back, everybody, to another fun episode of Indie Reads Aloud. We've got a brand new author in the studio today. I have not met her before today, which is fun. I love making new friends, as a lot of you have discovered already. Today, Etaine Raphael is going to be with us, and she's going to read her children's book. Um, I- as I said, Etaine, I'm so happy to have you here because I love meeting new author people. It's one of my favorite things.
Well, this is so nice, especially that you do this with indie authors. It's nice to have this opportunity.
Yeah, I really think it's important that we discover new authors um, because otherwise the world is just too dull and too confined. So I'm out there doing this mayhem because it's
Thank you.
fun. It's really secret. Um, it's self-serving because I like it when people read stories out loud to me. So this is a completely selfish act.
Well, I like reading stories out loud, so that works.
Perfect. Well, let me tell everybody about Etaine. She is an author illustrator of the Rhyme Time Twins series. She was born and raised in Washington, D.C., and currently lives with her husband and two daughters in Northern Virginia. Before having children, she worked as a physical therapist at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. Thank you for your service. It's awesome. Mostly with men and women with traumatic amputations from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Those have got to be books all by themselves.
Yes.
Etaine now delights in writing and illustrating children's picture books. Her debut book, A Blueberry Day, was released in March 2020. She introduced her readers to the Rhyme Time Twins. It's a tongue twister.
Yes.
In her second book, Words Take Flight, and she is excited to add more stories to this series in the coming years. Etaine feels constantly inspired by her daughters and their experiences, and she enjoys embedding important life lessons throughout her stories. She especially enjoys topics of inclusion, friendship, kindness, empathy, time in nature, and family togetherness. I love me some good children's literature. I think children's books are great no matter how old you are.
I do too. I order some every month, honestly. And my kids are getting way too old.
That's all right. We'll just keep reading them for them. So today's title is The Search for Silver Linings. The Rhymetime twins, Chloe and Zoe, are having a tough day at school. Absolutely nothing is going well. Can learning about silver linings help turn this awful day around, or will it just continue to get worse and worse? Join Chloe and Zoe on their next adventure as they process a whole range of emotions from a very difficult day: anger, hurt, sadness, fear, and confusion. With Mom's help, the twins learn to search for the silver linings from their day, and in so doing, they realize there were actually quite a number of good things that happened too. The twins talk through their negative experiences, but are then able to celebrate their positive ones as well. By finding gratitude in the happenings of their day, Chloe and Zoe discover how to adjust their fixed mindset to a growth mindset instead. I love the premise for this book.
Oh, good, good, good.
And again, this is a book for grown-ups too.
I
I,
agree.
I think we can all use stories like this to move our lives forward. So I'm super excited to hear your story today. When you are ready, Etaine, please take the microphone and read aloud.
Okay, thanks. I'm gonna hold up pictures so I can try to show you guys as we go.
Perfect.
All right. The twins were quiet when they arrived home from school. Very, very quiet. So quiet, in fact, that Mom knew something was wrong. But when she asked about their day, the twins just shrugged their shoulders. After a long silence, Zoe finally spoke. Nothing went well. It was such a strange day. Even our recess did not go okay. Chloe agreed. It really was weird, Mom, just like a bad dream. All through the day, I just wanted to scream. Mom brought the twins over to the sofa and cuddled them close. She asked them to tell her more. Chloe looked at Zoe and gave a small nod. Sighing, Zoe spoke first. It was fun at recess until I got wet, and that's not a feeling that I'll soon forget. Then back in the classroom, things only got worse. I fell really hard and I needed the nurse. And then later on, as I tried to calm down, I went to play dress up and put on a crown. I looked in the mirror and glanced to my side. The lace on one slipper had just come untied. So I stooped to tie it as Ben called out hi. And as I stood up, my crown scraped his right eye. Then Ben had to go see the nurse just like me. I really felt bad. What if he couldn't see? Today was a day full of bad things galore. I'm glad to be home. I can't take any more. Chloe nodded. She felt ready to share about her day now too. Oh yes, I agree. School was bad for me too. It all started off with blue paint and some glue. It really was fun, so I smeared them around. I covered my paper, my hands, and the ground. Then somehow it got on my brand new green shirt. Paint's hard to wash out, so much harder than dirt. Then I got the puzzle that I like the best, the one with those kids on a dangerous quest. I did all the pieces except the last one. Of course, it was missing, which ruined all my fun. I searched for that piece, but I think it's now gone. It's not in the class or the hall or the lawn. Then as I was searching, the class got in line. The role of line leader for this week is mine, but no, I was late, so I went to the back behind some new kid who I think is named Jack. We crossed through the doorway to get to the hall. My mind was distracted and I hit the wall. I bumped my head hard and it really did hurt. It all went so wrong, starting off with my shirt. So that was my day. Can you tell it was bad? Perhaps the worst day that we've both ever had. Mom agreed that the day sounded challenging. Then she got out 2 ice packs. She gave one to Zoe for her knee and the other to Chloe for her forehead. Next, she made them all a cup of tea. Taking a long sip, she thought about what to say. Suddenly, Mom smiled. Holding up her tea, she asked the twins if they thought her teacup was half empty or half full. Chloe leaned over and looked in Mom's cup. Zoe did the same. The two shrugged at each other, and then Zoe spoke. Half the tea's gone, Mom. That's clearly the case. But why are you asking? Is your head in space? Mom chuckled. It is halfway gone, but it's also half there. A positive view is what I'd like to share. Let's try to find a more positive light. You'll find much more joy that way, hope and delight. Mom told the twins about the expression, every cloud has a silver lining. She explained that if a gray storm cloud could have a beautiful, sparkly silver outline, then surely every bad experience could have something good about it too, a silver lining. Suddenly, Chloe had an idea. I think we should turn this all into a game, and then we will never see bad days the same. Let's find all the good that came out of today. I'm sure we will see it in such a new way. Mom loved Chloe's idea and offered to start. Our lives can get messy, and really that's good. These stains on your shirt mark a fun childhood. Chloe giggled and gave Mom a big hug. She'd had a really good time in art class and learned a lot too. Next time, she just needed to remember to wear her smock. Chloe now felt ready to search for more silver linings. It's my turn to go now. I'll give it a try. That lost puzzle piece made me feel sad and cry. But I chose another and worked on that one. Although it was harder, I really had fun. And as for that line leader stuff, I was mad. But talking to Jack really wasn't that bad. It turns out he's nice. He took me to the nurse. I guess that my day could have been a lot worse. Zoe cheered for her sister. Now it was her turn to try. Let's see. Well, that fall on my knee really hurt. The nurse was so kind and he cleaned off the dirt. He helped me feel better and told me I'm strong. I didn't miss out on the fun for too long. But then I hurt Ben and I felt really bad. Would he be okay or would he be real mad? He gave me a hug and said he was all right. Then he taught me how to make laces more tight. And now that I think getting soaked in the rain was just a reminder to turn on my brain. I need to dress well for the weather at hand and then play in puddles. Now I understand. Mom beamed at the twins. Then she added one last point. Our feelings are needed, girls, happy and sad. Joy feels so good, hurt and anger feel bad, but all help our minds become healthy and strong. So please know that none of your feelings are wrong. But when things are spinning all out of control and life feels real gloomy, try setting this goal. Think of some good things that happened that day. It helps us calm down just by thinking that way. Setting down her cup of tea, Mom went to gather their boots so they could all go play outside until dinner. On their way out, Mom told the twins they needed to eat well that evening. Last night, they had only finished half their meal. The twins looked at each other and winked. Then they reminded Mom that a half-eaten meal also meant that their tummies were half full, which was, after all, a more positive view. That's it.
Yay, thank you so much. What a great story. Again, as I anticipated, a wonderful story for adults as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Perspective is everything in life, right?
That's right. Perspective. That's a big word. What was your favorite part about writing this book?
My favorite part was actually turning the Rhymetime Twins into a series. So having that second book and trying to think of the theme and really what I wanted the series to mean to people and where I wanted it to go. And just trying to figure out for myself and my brothers, like the Berenstain Bears were so important when we were growing up.
Sure, yeah, I remember them.
I loved how they just had a moral in every story, but it wasn't super preachy. And so I wanted to try to kind of modernize that notion a little bit and have these stories be like educational, but fun. So
That's
it was
awesome.
fun just trying to figure out that topic. Yeah.
Fantastic. Can you give a shout out to the artist for your book? Who did the illustrations?
A shout out to myself.
You did those? That's fantastic.
Funny. Yeah, I did. And I'm not trained at all. But
they're fun.
It's been fun to just play around. With my first book, I did all like painted coffee filters and making it into painted paper collage.
Nice.
And this is more digital and importing some of those painted pictures. So it's been really fun.
That is fun. Multi-talented authors amaze me because I can only do words. I can't do pictures.
Oh,
so hats off to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you'll come on the program again and read your other book for us.
Definitely. I'd love to. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Etaine. Have a wonderful day.
You too.